Hello again, I am Blunty, and yesterday as I was streaming some Minecraft over on Twitch, as I do, the subject of Pokemon Go comes up, as it does, and one of my chat room peeps mentions that in the new update that just came out, Niantic actually removed the battery saver feature which dimmed the screen and disabled touch input while the phone was held upside down. That can't be right, I exclaimed with surprise. I'm not sure how much battery life that feature actually saves, probably not much, but it sure as fuck was useful for stopping you accidentally making inputs on the touchscreen while walking around, letting the phone hang by your side in hand, ready to vibrate when a Pokemon or Pokestop crosses your path while you look around to the world you're actually walking around in, which, if I remember correctly, was one of the things that they were talking about before the launch of the game. They wanted to get people out there and looking around and paying attention to the world around them, instead of just staring at your screen, your neck crook in a 90-degree angle, chin to chest, unaware of what's going on around you walking into people. The battery saver feature was also useful for keeping the game running because, of course, the instant you turn off the screen or switch to another app, it doesn't actually track you anymore. So I needed the battery saver function to keep counting my steps for the sake of hatching eggs in incubators while I was walking around. I could slide my phone into my pocket and just walk, and it worked, and it was brilliant. But nope, Niantic have decided to remove that useful and perfectly functional feature from their game because, well, I have no fucking idea why they would do that. Maybe it's just because fuck you! Maybe whoever is in charge over there at Niantic has suffered some kind of massive head injury. Maybe they have far too many chromosomes. Maybe in order to make their server cost cheaper, they're deliberately trying to sabotage their own game and make people stop playing it. Surely that'll ease the load on their pathetic paper-thin servers. But you know what the most frustrating part is? We don't know. You know why? Because Niantic's catastrophically shit, or rather more accurately, absolutely non-existent communication with their own customer and user base. They don't talk to us at all. It wasn't even mentioned in the patch notes that they were taking away the battery saver function. I wouldn't have updated the app at all if I knew that. Which is probably why they fucking hid it from us. You shouldn't be allowed to pick and choose what you actually mention in your patch notes, you fuckers. And it doesn't even stop there. Other major features they've stripped out of the already feature-thin experience of Pokemon Go in the last update include nuking the experience bonus for the only actual skill-reliant part of the whole fucking game, which is scoring a perfect in-ring hit on a Pokeball catch. You know, the good and great stuff. Like it wasn't already a grindy enough game after you get past level 15 or so. Now progress is even slower because you can't even earn the tiny chunks of experience points for playing the game with skill. But wait, there's more, or rather, but wait, there's less. The whole Pokemon Nearby Footsteps thing, you know, the thing that broke less than 2 weeks after launch, where once upon a time, in the beta as legend holds, it actually showed measurements, how far away each Pokemon was. 50 meters, 20 meters, 10 meters. In the release version, they dumbed that down to the footprint mechanic. Less useful, less functional, less accurate, but at least it was a rough guide for making Pokemon hunting more than randomly and aimlessly wandering in the desperate hope that the Pokemon you want randomly pops up. Well, now, fuck you! Instead of fixing that once working feature that was deliberately made less useful until it finally broke, they just took it away. Completely. Now you've been deliberately made completely blind when trying to actively seek a Pokemon. And what's more, the third-party tracking services and sites that sprang up to fill the need that people have to actually track Pokemon locations have now been attacked by Niantic. Shut down! Dear Niantic, hunting for Pokemon is one of the fun things we got to do. Wandering around aimlessly, hoping blindly for a random spawn to happen that just happens to be the Pokemon we want to catch is not fun! Niantic, who are either unwilling or unable to offer up this feature, this service to a community who obviously want it, have gone beyond removing even the shadow of the feature, but are actively attacking community-made sites that gave the community what the community wanted. What's the point of making a game that is designed to build a cooperative community, itself based on a 20-year-old game, which was itself a groundbreaking game in making gamers go out, build communities, make friends, and cooperate, and then you punish us for actually cooperating? Dear Niantic, here is the rule for updating a game. If what you are changing doesn't make the game more fun, don't fucking change it! If what you're about to do makes the game less fun, less feature-rich, don't fucking change it! Niantic, however, a company that inexplicably launched a fucking Pokemon game in 2016, and they launched it without even having a trading feature in there. Something that has been an essential part of the Pokemon experience for very literally 2 decades since the very first Game Boy games launched. They have now found a way to make Pokemon Go even less engaging than it was. There were precious few features to begin with at launch, and now they're making it more of a pain in the ass to play, removing features, removing skill-based reward, removing mechanics people were relying on to make the game fun for them. What the actual fuck are those inept morons at Niantic doing? Why are they doing this shit? Do they deserve the benefit of the doubt? Perhaps? Hell no, they have done literally nothing to earn that privilege. They botched the game launch. The servers were a joke. There was no trading. Gym battles are idiotically designed, dumbed down, and woefully unbalanced. And that's when they actually work, instead of glitching out with a defending Pokemon getting stuck at 1 HP kicking the shit out of you constantly when it should have already fainted. A glitch I am still seeing happen, by the way, after 2 updates and weeks of it being known. The game was barely even playable for the first 10 days of its life. They have made 0 attempt at any kind of direct or genuine communication with the huge and passionate user base that sprang up. A user base that broke all kinds of records for mobile gaming, a fan base that, despite of, rather than in any sense of cooperation with Niantic, have managed to bind together into a very real and very fun community. Why are Niantic so unable to listen to what the users are asking for? Why are Niantic stripping away features from a game this young when it's already started to bleed away its user base as the vapid trend chasers start fading away from it, leaving the real players, the real community behind to build something truly remarkable, a social phenomenon, the first of its kind? Yet Niantic seem determined to blast off both their feet with the largest foot gun they can find. The sound you're now hearing over the frustrated screams of anguish of a community being fucked over is the sound of many, many foot bullets echoing in the halls of Niantic. Fucking talk to us, Niantic. You need us way more than we need you. There will be another game to rise up and take your place and walk through the door that you opened here, and you can either flop on the ground with a pathetic wet splat of flash in the pan failure, or you can listen to your fucking user base and grow Pokemon Go into something that will keep the place it earned, more off the back of the popular Pokemon brand, by the way, than it did based on your competency or the rapidly diminishing depth of the gameplay experience. Listen to us. If you give the community what we're asking for, we are going to keep playing. If you take our toys away from us, we're going to go get some toys elsewhere. It's really simple math. But I am done ranting for now. Thank you for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.